Okay, so I just came back from the gym and I'm pumped and I finished the launch and we went from basically zero. I don't remember his exact because he didn't really tell me. He was just saying that he was getting like 2 or 3 signups per class. So basically zero, right? And we scaled it all the way to 22 students as we're speaking. And that's $5,250. So it's a pretty big jump for my client, especially since it is the first launch we did and I came in like halfway through it, right? So I didn't even get to capitalize on this whole system or a whole email list. I didn't give access to all of these things because he didn't really trust me. He didn't really believe I could do something. So yeah, we managed to make $5,250. And then, as you can see here, I'm not lying, 22 students, times that by the offer price, it's $5,250. And he also said, thank you for your work on getting them. This is the biggest class I have had. So not only did we generate results and he was happy, but he also told me that this is the biggest class he has ever had. And I came in halfway through the launch and I managed to do this because copyright is very very powerful, and if you know how to use it, if you know how to use certain triggers, certain words the correct way, and also use email marketing to its full potential, like think outside the box, think about promotions that nobody else is doing, or unique ways or unique angles, you will make a fuck ton of money. So that's, I'm gonna teach you exactly, like I'm gonna just walk you through how I did this in this short video because I'm kind of tired, but I just wanted to make a video and I just feel like making a video. I just feel like helping you. So, only 2 ingredients, right? He has a list of 5.2k people, right? And his open rate before me was around 15%, 15, not 50. And his click rate was basically near zero because he didn't have links. He didn't use this as a moneymaker. He was just relying on them finding out themselves. You know, it's very stupid, but that's what he did. So the very first email created 27% percent open rate. Doesn't really matter the open rate. This is where it gets good. 2.68% click rate, and that's really not bad. So it's a lot about, I don't remember. It's about like 80 or 110 people open or and click the link. And then the sales bit, right? You need the emails, marketing side, you need the email list, and you need the sales page. I'm just going to show you the headline. I'm not going to show you the whole sales page because I'm just not. So he's selling a history workshop, right? And he's teaching something about China and its greatest ancient dynasties and all that stuff. So the headline was very simple. For history enthusiasts who crave more than surface level YouTube documentaries, right? Because most of his audience is from YouTube. That's where they found out, that's where they discover him, and that's where they discover most of his stuff, and that's where they learn stuff. So I used that, and throughout my copy, I also told him like it's dangerous to learn from just YouTube because many incompetent people are on there, blah blah blah, you know. And then I was like, discover the hidden power struggles and royal secrets of ancient China's greatest dynasties through 6 interactive live sessions with a world-class history professor. Only 40 spots available. And here's like the another trigger, right? It's the scarcity trigger. It's like the sense of urgency, and I amplified behind here. And then as the subheadline, experience the epic tales, brutal battle, and fascinating rituals that shape one of history's most powerful civilizations, all from your home in a college level course that costs less than a night out on the town, right? Intriguing, it's good, and it has some scarcity. It has like the CTA right up here because his audience is sort of warm, but they don't like getting emails. And we actually like lost 300 people from his email list because they said he was annoying and all that stuff. And he sent me an email complaining about it, and I was like, "Well, look at your bank account right now. Does it have more money? Yes. Are you happy with it? Yes. Do you care about those people? No. Did those who complained buy from you? No. Exactly. They don't care, and they shouldn't be on your list in the first place. They just take up your like quota, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's the 2 ingredients I used: email list, sales page, and in 3 weeks, maybe a bit more. I didn't really. I just said 3 weeks. It's maybe like 4 weeks, a month, somewhere around that. I sent a total of 36 emails, and that's around 10 emails a week, which means that on average, since I made it $5,250, I made it on average 145 per email from a dead email list that he was privileged to make like less than $500 on. But how did I do that? Well, it's really simple. Storytelling and having a proper launch structure, which I'm gonna show you the whole launch structure, and it's gonna be very good because the launch structure is very simple. I made it very simple for you to understand. I started writing emails on December 12th to 20th, and what I focused on there was storytelling, telling them stories about Asian China and how their principles apply to modern day businesses and how they can use that to find success inside their life. And I wanted to create a want for learning more. I wanted to make them aware that these Asian China principles are very powerful. If they learn that, they can do certain good things. For example, we have this first email. In 144 BCE, Emperor Ying of Han had a I don't really know how to pronounce that. Hobby. He loved gardens, but not the kind you're thinking. His favorite garden contained no flowers, no trees, and no fountains. Instead, it contained something far more valuable: political secrets. You see, the emperor created an elaborate system where different parts of his garden represented different regions of China. Each morning, he would walk through this garden and receive reports about each area placed precisely where they belonged on his living map. This wasn't just a clever filling system; it was one of his first data visualization tools. A way to understand what vast amounts of information at a glance, and it worked brilliantly until it didn't. Because one morning the emperor noticed something strange in his garden. Reports from the northern regions showed unusual pattern that if he hadn't seen them laid out in his garden, might have seemed unconnected. This pattern revealed a massive conspiracy that could have destroyed his dynasty. The garden had saved his empire. But here's what fascinates me most. The principle behind Emperor Ying's garden, understanding complex data through visualization, spotting patterns others miss, seeing the bigger picture, are exactly what today's business leaders pay thousands to learn. This is just one of countless stories that show how ancient wisdom still shapes our world and how they can help you instill success into your life. So you see how I'm making it about them, and then I'm introducing this. In my upcoming workshop series, Bronze Blades and Bamboo, Ancient Imperial China, will explore this fascinating connection between past and present. Let's go how Asian patterns explain everything from modern business practice to global politics. Curious to learn more? Click here for all the details. Best name. Very simple. It's a story they don't expect to be sold. Boom, I hit them with a link, a CTA. They don't even expect it. And that's what I basically did from 12th to 20th, right? I just made them aware. I made them click this link because the thing about copy, you need to plant that seed. And to plant that seed, you don't only need to send them emails, but you also need them to visit the sales page multiple times. You need to make them read the server over and over again so that little seed can grow and that little one of them having this or learning this will grow, right? But once you're exposed to something for a long amount of time, you will eventually buy in, right? So that's another tip. And then it was Christmas, right? Extra cash. Christmas, people buy stupid shit all the time just because it's a discount. Yeah, so we started with, we had like, I made this promotion, like buy it as a gift. So they could gift the workshop to somebody else. I took that angle. So I basically started the emails with like, what do you get for someone who's fascinated by history? Another book that'll sit unread on the shelf, another document they might never use, another historic replica that'll gather dust, or what if you could give them something different this year, something worth remembering, live interaction session where the blah 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 blah. For the next 5 days only until December 24th, I'm offering a special 20% holiday. We had some technical problems, so we expanded to 25th. You shouldn't really do that, but his audience is pretty warm, so that didn't like really hurt them. But you should stick to what you said here. So that's a mistake I made that you shouldn't make. Oh my Ocarina Bronze playing them, blah blah blah. Worship. That means you can buy an unforgettable gift for history and theory right before Christmas and save 20%. That means, oh yeah. Okay, we do this. Here's what makes this a perfect gift. Session starts January 5th, perfect time after the holidays, small group. So yeah, I'm instilling scarcity, a deeper one, because what people can't have or what's like valuable, not many have access to, they wanted more. Lifetime access to session recordings, flexible scheduling with recordings available. To give the workshop, purchase using this link. But do you see how all the CTAs are really simple? Like they're very direct. I don't try to be smart about it, don't try to be curious about it. It's very direct. To give the workshop, simply purchase using this link, choose the gift this course option, give me their email address, I will send them a personal email. That's it. Best and sign off. And then, yeah, from 26th to 4th, I basically leaned on the scarcity / urgency angle, and basically was telling them like every time we had a spot to be taking, like sometimes we had like 2 or 3 per day, I would send out an email like, hey, we have X spots left and we start soon. And then I also told them about this marketing tactic that most people buy in the last 2 days, right? So I told them, don't wait, because I know most people, and it happened, right? I was right, because at the time we had, until now, we had 13 people who bought, right? But right before, like when I started saying that, like 80% of people will wait, and then you'll miss your chance, right? I gave them the marketing, I gave them the logic behind it, I gave them the why. And what happened is that before we hit 4th of January, which was the last day we will sell something, we had, we just got like multiple people join like very fast, because they understood that they might actually lose out on this deal. And then the the second day, or like the yeah, the second day before we closed, uh, we got like 3 people inside, so like $750 in one day with one email, you know. And then we just closed at 22 people, made $5,250. So this is the launch structure that I use, right? It is very simple. It's making them aware, and then using the holidays as a reason to make more cash, and then using the scarcity urgency, you know, when that time comes, right? When the time is right. But what we also did is that this bonus section where we implemented, like I told him to make a short just to test it out. We got like 20 subscribers to his email list, right? You see this YouTube short, sign up, opt-in page, email list, and we actually got 2 signups. And then, but we did it like stupidly, less than 7 days before we were like finished with that. So it didn't make sense. So I told him like, next time we will set this up properly, because we made $500 off of one video that took you 30 seconds to make. So we will just boost this shit the next time, and we will make even more. So that's basically the whole thing. That's what I did, right? That's everything I did, and that's how I created $5,250 for my client with only 2 videos. So I hope that was valuable. I hope you learned something, and I hope I gave you some new ideas on how you can use the email list very efficiently. So yeah, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed.